Hello. Hello, 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 hello. You're finally playing and I'm at the beach. Jennifer, no! I'm only playing this for you, goddamn. Hello everybody. Welcome back. We're going to play some Money tonight. How the devil is everybody doing? I'm sorry I'm slightly late. A couple of minutes late. My Oni was being a bit weird. I had to backdate it to a different version to get it to work. Let's start off. We are just loading up the game. It might be a while. We're back with the existing colony. I'm going to play a bit more today. You're at the beach, Jennifer. That is destroying. Oh no. Hello, QWERTY. Witcher of Rivia. How the devil are you? We've never seen Oni. Oh. Well, I'm hoping it's going to play nice. It's not going to be too laggy. Because we've got quite a base, if I remember rightly. Now, on the end of the last stream I mentioned that I was going to take some time to do some sweeping and digging out and stuff. So we planned out to square all this room off. I've actually done that now. I think I took about 40 or 45 cycles, something like that. It's quite a few cycles. Just to sweep a lot of the crap that was falling down. There's still a lot left unswept. But for the most part we got the bulk of it. Like we've nearly filled all these compactors now. There's only a few that have got any space left at all. So let's let the game run a little bit. See how it goes. I've not made any of the changes to the base other than digging and sweeping, so there's nothing really different. I did at one point manage to stop all my dupes from harvesting food, so we ran out of food at one point whilst I was AFK. But I think that should be fine now. And I've just laid out some plans for something we're going to build up here. But I'm hoping they don't start building this shit yet. Oh, they are. I don't know why they're building this. But yeah, we'll just let it run a little bit. So yeah, we've now got a big old dugout room. Our natural gas room that we sort of set out to do. And obviously we've now, because we've extended it down here, we've got this other natural gas geyser, plus this one, and this one in the room now as well, which is awesome. So what we'll probably do, just to give you a recap, we were waiting for the water down here to build up a little bit, which you can see it's quite a lot of water in there. We're still draining it away from this side over here, from all the water that we dropped down. And in digging this out, if you remember, there was some pools of water up here, and there was one up here and one here. I basically just let all those flow down, one up here as well, little one there. It's all just flowed down here. So we'll get all this moved over to this pool eventually. But what it does mean, whilst we've got all this water, we can actually get our... It's a wee bit laggy panning around the game. We can actually turn some more of our fertiliser makers on. So at the minute, we've got this one, this one. Okay, we've got 2 on each turned on. So let's increase this a little bit and get some of our fertiliser makers churning out. Because this game looks confusing, I'll be asking questions. So, what is this game? This game is oxygen not included. It's a physics-based. It's a simulation of gas, thermal properties, liquid properties, all these different things in an environment made by Clay. Okay, so Clay, the people that made Don't Starve and other games that you'll be aware of out of their franchise, but they're most obviously well known for Don't Starve, I suppose. It's an awesome little game. You control these little dupes. So we've got Stinky here, Bert's taking a shower, and you basically have to keep them oxygenated, keep them fed, keep them happy, and then build bases. So this is our base as it currently stands at the minute. You have this asteroid that you spawn in. So here's the top of ours. You can see the sides, and the bottom's probably down here somewhere. And you just dig out and build stuff. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. We've spent a lot of time playing this game. So yeah, that's Oni in a nutshell, really. And for some reason this asteroid is perfectly rectangular. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit immersion breaking when you zoom out to see this. I do know that that's not I can't say too much, but I do know that this has been changed a little bit from what I've seen. So they've got this in mind, but yeah. So it's like Fallout Shelter or whatever. Yeah, it precurses Fallout Shelter, but it's a very similar idea. It's just much more deep. It's like Fallout Shelter, but with 5 other levels of gameplay. So you've got like how all the gas packets, everything's tile based in this game. Okay, so like this tile is natural gas. These are all polluted oxygen. Everything is about tile transference, really. So temperature, pressure, how things interact with each other. So this room that I'm currently filling with these 2 different types of gases, there's actually like a bit of a raging battle going on here between the pressure of this polluted oxygen compared to these 2 gases wanting to be next to each other. So it's interesting. There's a lot of cool shit in the background. But what this room basically is, it's the massive fertilizer maker room. So these machines are all spitting out fertilizer. So you get 4 kilos of fertilizer being spat out. But as a byproduct, they release natural gas. Now the natural gas I'm collecting, because this is where it starts getting deep now with all the overlays. Okay, I've got some pumps here. Okay, if you look. And those pumps are collecting the natural gas, which is the orange packets in these pipes, and they're sending the natural gas through the pipes to my natural gas generators, and these machines basically take the natural gas and make me power. Okay, and then as a byproduct from the power, I get carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide is coming through these pipes, the black packets, and it's going into this room here, where I've currently got 11 tons of carbon dioxide per tile. So that's a lot. And yeah, this is like a system in itself, but this is just one system. This is my power gen system, and that's it. So there's a lot to it. It's better to watch and learn rather than having to have it explained, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those, there's an awful lot to this game, and if you've come in quite late, it might seem a little bit daunting, but it's a very good game. I'd recommend it to anyone. We've got someone suffocating at the minute. I think Gosman's maybe in a loop. We'll watch him for a sec. Okay. Now, what has happened whilst I've been mopping up, just to explain, obviously we've overpressurised the base with oxygen, so we've currently got like 19 kilos of oxygen per tile, and I did mention a good while back that eventually the oxygen would push down into our little room down here that we had all dug out. We've got a bit of polluted oxygen trap, which I'll deal with at some point, but for the most part now this room is all oxygenated, apart from our bottom corner down here, which has got carbon dioxide at 4 kilos in every tile. So there's an awful lot of carbon dioxide in there, and that's what we're going to be dealing with this building over here when I get around to sorting it. So, but yeah, for the moment what they're basically working on is just tidying up a few of the last dregs of odds and sods. They're really having troubles down here. I don't really want them running up and down here, to be honest. I might wall this off. I think I'm going to do that. I hope everyone dies in this game. That'd be funny. There are some deaths. That's some polite way of putting it. We do kill some people occasionally. That's what these gravestones are. So we've only killed 2 people so far. Max and Mex, I think it was. Right. Now we do still need our last dupe because of the 2 that we killed in the. I think it was the last stream we killed these 2. I've been waiting for a narcoleptic dupe to come up, and there just hasn't been one. So we've got a spare bed up here still, but we'll get that filled at some point. And I think I might do some planting over on this side of the base, some different crops. I think. Yeah, I think we'll do that up there. So we're just going to let them crack on, doing a bit more tidying up, and then we'll get to some stuff. How are you, by the way, Quirts? Did you get your thing sorted? Are you a wealthy lady now? I wondered if you bought The Witcher yet. Max and Max, were they brothers? Hmm. They were not. Building broken, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, I think it's time we uproot you again. Pay for a copy of my national insurance number from the government. Oh. Annoyingly, we've got a puff trapped in here as well, which I might have to kill. Because I don't really want him in here. He will pose a problem. So what I'm going to do, I'll start laying out what I've got planned for this room and see if it works, basically, because I'm sort of doing this on the fly, so I don't know how it's going to pan out. So what we're going to have 2 rooms on either side, one for carbon dioxide, one for chlorine, and then the central one is going to be for polluted oxygen. And we're going to run some hydrogen pipes through it. And cool some gases, basically, because it's all very well and good us having these pockets in the base, but we've got an awful lot of carbon dioxide that's going to be building up in various parts of the world. So we've got some down here, we've got a lot of carbon dioxide actually pressed down here as well, and in this corner down here, and it's going to keep happening. If we go on the oxygen overlay, you'll see these red packets building up, or red pockets should I say. Obviously this is all our natural gas, but I want to get rid of this stuff. So we're gonna solidify it, or liquefy it potentially. So I'm glad you're getting a game about me. Hey, Quirts is wild for The Witcher. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have these rooms that are gonna be run through with pipes, I think. And then we'll do the same in this one, as I say. And then underneath we'll have all of our thermoregulators, and we'll cool them with hydrogen and Weezewarts, and it should be nice. That's the plan. So, with that in mind, we're going to be paused for a little bit whilst I figure out how I'm going to do the piping and stuff. Oh, you bastard. Shit biscuit. Okay, so you're getting the idea. We'll do a big radiator through here. We'll do another one in here as well. We'll actually get him running. My brain hurts. This is stuff we've done before, in fairness, but I just thought we'd do it on quite a large scale. Thought it could be quite fun. And whilst I'm mapping this out, it gives me time to be cleaning up some more shit around the base as well. And all we'll do, once I've got this laid out, we'll just smash it with the high priority, get it done in one fell swoop, or as quick as can be expected. Gonna need a lot of ladders in these rooms. Someone's got hypothermia. Oh, you bastard. Now just as a heads up, I might not actually be playing Oni all night tonight. We will have to see how it goes. Because I don't know how much time I'm going to have tonight. We will see. But we'll put a few hours into it nonetheless. Oh Oh, you bastard. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Hypothermia and trench stench. Nice. Right, I can do this so much quicker if it's paused, so let me... Bastard. You mean you want to quit the stream early, or are you going to switch to a different game? Possibly a different game, one that isn't so time dependent. But we'll see. I'm not saying for definite yet, just in case. Okay. No. Oof. I can't remember which way the inputs are for thermoregulators. So we'll cancel this pipe for now. We need to dig this out, but I can't do that yet. Fine, that's a good start. Let's get some more ladders laid out in here. It really doesn't matter what. Okay, this is going to be one of those things that we'll plan out and we'll just get building for the entirety of the stream. We'll leave it going because I think this could be a while. It's a lot of pipe and a lot of shit to be built. And we can probably just extend this up. There's a lot of disturbing scenes in Game of Thrones, things a 15-year-old probably shouldn't see. I think I'd seen everything there is to see in a graphic sense when I was 15. I don't think I could be shocked anymore. I suppose maybe it depends on what sort of upbringing you had, but I was a lad, so there was not really much that could shock me. Guys, I remember watching... oh, Jesus. What's the Arnold Schwarzenegger film? The Running Man. Is it Running Man? Running Man, I think it is. I remember watching that when I was in primary school, the end of primary school. I was like 11, and one of my mates had managed to snatch a copy off his dad. That's got a few brutal scenes in it of people getting electrocuted and blown up and smashed in half, and that never really fazed me, to be honest. Okay. So the idea is basically everything's going to pool up in these rooms. The CO2. Oh shit! I've just realised we need some room for that. The CO2 is going to be. How should I do this? Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. The CO2 is going to be solid, basically. It won't stay as a liquid. Hopefully the chlorine will be the same. And then the polluted oxygen, if it gets that far, will pump out as a liquid. Which will be awesome. I could do this a bit more intelligently, but I really don't need to with it being the CO2 room. Okay. So that's going to be that. Yeah, that'll be fine. And same over here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I've done that completely wrong. It's that one and that one. Okay. And again, this is entirely over the top. We don't need this to be this big, but we're going to do it. Game of Thrones has a lot of 15-year-old characters. Hello, Matt. How's it going, bud? Okay. Now then, we've still got an obscene amount of food, so I'm not really all that bothered about this. But we are going to fix this at some point and make it a hydrogen-filled room. But I might move it. I don't really like it where it currently is, and I'm thinking we might move it over to this side of the base. Or maybe over this side of the base. I don't know yet. We're going to end up with a shitload more carbon dioxide in here just by building this, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. We could actually, if we do that there, we can finish this piping. Okay. So the reason I've left this, I'm either going to run this pipe all the way down the bottom and down here, or run this pipe all the way along and out here. I can't remember which way thermal regulators sit. I have to build one to check. Okay. How's it going, Scythe? You alright, bud? How the devil are you? Left to right, still. I can't remember the piping. Let's build one. But. Snake's been nice to someone for once. Snake's nice to everybody. Quite he's lovely to everyone. Unless she hates you. Okay. Our natural gas is starting to merge a little bit now, which is cool. Some strange outside noises. I'm good. Told you I'd be here if you streamed on it. Fair enough. Fair enough, buddy. Okay. Now, I do want to get rid of all this polluted oxygen. So what's happening at the minute is the natural gas is forcing the polluted oxygen up, basically. So I'm probably going to need to build a big old line of pumps up here and just connect it to the heavy watt wire. But I'll cross that bridge once we've built this room, I would think. So we'll leave this for now. I'm also going to need to start building up some hydrogen. That needs to start happening soon, I would think. This is going to look pretty cool when all this is orange. It's going to take a while, but we have got the additional geysers kicking in now as well. And this is, as you can see, just raining little droplets of natural gas, which is kind of cool. When it can. I think it's mostly overpressurized in here as well. Oh, look at it. It's very true. I'm lovely unless I hate you, but I can also give you a bit of shit if I like you. So if you don't get shit from me, I'm more neutral. I see. Or you just don't care. Okay. Now, annoyingly, I somehow managed to murder a couple of puffs. So I've got 2 puffs trapped up here. I've got a 3rd up here. A 4th up here. But I had like 4 in this little area. And there was one that was trapped up here. And I've murdered some somehow. I don't know how it's happened. I don't know whether they got in contact with water or what. But they is dead. I've also got this little penis down here as well that I need to sort of either kill or liberate. Not decided yet. But we shall see. And where is my music, by the way? There we go. So that's that. The base as well, if you remember last stream, we put an awful lot of lighting in the base just to sort of balance out the temperature. You can see now that a lot more of the base is starting to get temperate as well, which is kind of cool. It'll never be fully temperate because this is so cold, but... Oh, dear me. Okay. So they have slowly swept away most of the junk in here. I think probably my ice compactors are starting to be filled. Let's get some of these swept. Beautiful. They're so dead. No, that's not how it works here. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. See if we can get a narco. No. I do have an awful lot of dupes at the minute that are struggling with sickness, that have got that permanent sickness bug, which is incredibly annoying. So I am suffering a bit with people dropping stuff into unreachable areas. So I've been getting quite a bit of rotten food, and it's dupes have got the animation in a doorway and dropped the food in the doorway, the sleep wheat in the door, and I lost about 2,000 sleep wheat just to that. They kept doing the same thing over and over again. It's a bit of a bug, which is why I've got this compactor down here for rotten food, and then it goes straight into the composters. But yeah, it's not ideal. I've got a lot of polluted dirt here. 95 kilos left. Okay. How do I want to do this? It's a big old chamber. Right, I think what we'll do, we'll start ticking this up to like a priority 8. Get them cracking on with this. We can sweep and stuff off stream, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I didn't realise just how much shit there was in this room as well. As you can see, there's still the remnants, some of it down here. But we strip mined. This was a pretty dense biome of igneous and slime and all sorts of shit. So they've been running all over the base, just doing everything. So it took a good, I think it's a good 50 cycles I've taken off stream just to sweep. So it's been a bit of a rough one. You can see we've still got a lot of debris kicking around. Now, where am I going to put my vents in here? How should I do this? All the cheese just came off my pizza and burnt my chin. Quit! No! That's a terrible mistake. How did you manage this? Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Yeah, this isn't pretty, but it should do the job. Any news on the next update? Hello XP, how's it going, bud? I think it's meant to be the 24th of August. Is the date when they originally said. I think it's the 24th. It may well change, I don't know, but there's an awful lot of test builds being fired out at the minute, so they are changing an awful lot of goodies on the fly. So yeah, hopefully it'll be the 24th. I'm pretty anxious to play it on stream myself, so I want to start a new colony with lots of new good shit. I would love to make some ow, I just pulled a beard hair out, son of a bitch. I would love to make some snazzy suits for everybody to keep the stress down a little bit as well, but the snazzy suits are still a bit glitchy, and I hate the fact that you end up with them randomly floating around your base and stuff. I could do it, I suppose, build them outside or something, but it's still annoying. Okay. I think this is the cause of a lot of my lag at the minute, these gases mingling, which is not ideal, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It just slid off the slice when I tried to bite it. I feel the motion of it. That's why I fold, indeed. It's the old break the crust in half at the end, fold, beautiful. You need lessons in pizza eating quirks. I can teach you. I don't even have to charge. It doesn't have to be that expensive. Okay. I'm wondering whether to pre-cool my gases a bit before they enter the room. Stuffed crust though, I don't want to lose all my tomato sauce. I see. What's this XP? Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh XP, that is literally food porn. What the fuck? Oh, don't link me pictures like that. I had a terrible, terrible tea this evening. Excuse me. I'm not for stuffed crust. I think stuffed crust is an excuse for poorly made pizzas. I think stuffed crust is a gimmick to distract you from how bad the toppings are on your pizza. It's like, I don't know, I rarely go there nowadays, but I used to go to Pizza Hut quite a lot, because there's one near to a place where I worked. I won't eat the crust normally, though. Oh, you would if it was a nice pizza dough. You would if it was like the tastiest, breadiest, lovely, nummy food. It just means you got a bad crust. I remember Pizza Hut and Domino's did mini sausages in the crust. I do. I was about to say, I used to go to Pizza Hut occasionally, and honestly, like the majority of their pizzas are very generic, but occasionally you can get a really nice pizza from there. But everything is frozen at Pizza Hut. Every single part of the pizza is frozen. Like the bases come pre-formed, frozen in a stack. It's terrible. But they did like all doughy dough ball pizza bits for your crust and stuff like that, and it's just like, Jesus, it's too much. Just give me a nice pizza. Just nail the pizza 100% and I'll be happy. I don't want any gimmicks. Now then, I'm probably going to end up running some wires through this room here, and possibly through this room as well. Which isn't the end of the world, it's going to add more mass to the room, it's going to add more metal to the room. So I'll probably build the wires out of copper. Because this needs to be extended, this transformers and batteries and stuff, because I'm probably going to need maybe 4 or 5 circuits brought down here, if not more. Yeah, something like that. 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5 circuits, and that should deal with all my cooling, thermoregulators, pumps, everything. Plus, give me a couple of circuits left over as well. So I'll figure that out in a minute as well once they've built a little bit more. A good plain cheese and tomato pizza can be the best if done right. Entirely, definitely. And especially if it's come fresh from a proper pizza oven as well, you can really taste the difference. Oh my goodness! I've always said when I get my own fully paid for house and it's mine, my castle, I'm definitely going to build a proper pizza oven in the garden, like a proper nice, last longer than me pizza oven in the garden. It'll definitely last longer than me if I'm building a fucking pizza oven, but you get where I'm going. Like, I've always wanted to. Right, come on now. We need a narcoleptic for our last slot. So, what I will do in a minute, once they've built a lot of this stuff, we'll get the floor sealed off. The fucker we're going to have is getting the gas out the room. That is the fucker. So what I might actually do is cancel some of you. Cancel you. And this one can stay as it is. So basically a crematorium in the garden. Sort of, but like a proper one, you know, you've seen a proper pizza oven, like, you know, build the whole dome and everything properly and insulate it and have it so you can burn like a little wood fire under it and get it all, you know, do it proper. I really like the idea. It'd be like a proper little pizza den in my back garden. That sounds awesome. And it won't even be so I can invite people over, it'll just be so I can stand there, you know, longing for my pizza as I stare into the flames of the pizza oven. And then just eat it on my own, in a dressing gown. What are you building there? I'm building some rooms to solidify and liquefy gases. So we're doing a little chamber for CO2, a little chamber for chlorine, and a big old chamber for polluted oxygen. I've not figured out the cooling for it yet, but I will figure that out once the majority of this is built. But yeah, how's it going, Illyrius? You alright? Sorry, let me shut my window. There's a fucking dog out there going apeshit. Doing okay. Ah, good to hear it. Good to hear it. Okay. I'm wondering where I can send the... What concentration of gas have we got in here? 2 kilos. I'm going to need somewhere where I can get all the pushing out these rooms. Could do some loose hydrogen. 2.191. Just watching my country go to shit, you know. Oh dear. Didn't know you could get Twitch in North Korea. Ruined the whole joke. No, you see, I changed it on the fly, XP. You see? I read it as didn't. Okay. It's going to be another cycle or two doing this, so we'll just leave them to it for a minute. Whilst we're doing that, how's this room looking now, temperature-wise? We don't really need this water supply. I don't know why I bothered setting it up. We could have gone straight from the geyser to our toilets and showers and stuff. I think I was really just using this to cool the geyser water a bit. I think what I'm probably going to do eventually down here is rip out these compactors and the artwork and stuff and put some more toilets in. So I've only got 4 toilets for 24 dupes, which is fine. But if I had a couple more toilets, I'd get a little bit more polluted water as well, which would be nice. Once play on account when they bring myself to do a new colony this close to the patch. We were talking about this on Discord the other night. Was it last night, night before, with Scyther and Mex? Yeah, it's like 12 days away or something. I do know what you mean. It depends. Like, if you've got something that you want to test out in the interim, you could very easily get it done in, you know, an evening of playing Oni. You know, get a stable base, 100 cycles, build your thing, see if it works. But if you want to build some monster colony, you can get to cycle, you know, 2,000, 3,000, then it's not really much point at the minute. But yeah. So I fully understand it. I mean, this playthrough that we're doing at the minute was more to get me back into the swing of playing Oni before the next patch comes out. But now, having seen what's coming on the next patch, there's a lot changed. There's an awful lot changed. So I still enjoy Oni, but at the moment I fully understand what you mean. It's a bit like, oh, might as well just wait. But it's always good to understand where things have changed from and where things have stemmed from. Right. How are you going to cope with the next patch? I mean, you weren't that good at the old patch. Thanks, XP. I've been doing alright with it, to be honest. But again, there's an awful lot of changes, so it's very up in the air. So I like the addition of disease. I do like it. I think it's a nice way to go. We'll just have to see how it's... I drew Ghost Rider yesterday. It's alright. You drew Ghost Rider? As in, artistically, with your own fair hand, you drew Ghost Rider? It's a very random thing to say out of nowhere, Witcher. Yeah, it's. I'll be intrigued to see what the final build looks like on the new disease and stuff. What I've seen so far is very cool. Yes, I like drawing. Oh, fair enough. I was just the randomness of it. It just came out of nowhere. That's why I was like, "What do you mean?" Yes, I like drawing, so that's why I said it. Fair enough. It was just very out of the blue. You didn't precurse it in any way. It's just, hey, I drew Ghost Rider yesterday. Okay then. Okay. Just wondering how best to attack this room. Because obviously I want to get all the polluted oxygen out of this room and this room. But it's going to be a nightmare doing so. The middle room I don't care about. That's absolutely fine. And it's going to take a good while for these pipes to get to temperature anyway. So like, if I pumped, say I pumped minus 240 hydrogen inside this room, this side of the pipe here, by the time it got to here, it'd already be at like a positive number. So it'd take a while to sort of eke its way down. But we'll see. Hello Curry, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Why isn't my bot working? What the hell? Yeah, thank you for the follow. Let me see what the hell's going on here. Pesky Ankbot being a jerk. Yeah, I wish I was more creative, like more artsy. I've said this a number of times on stream. I wish I could actually draw and doodle things. I'm terrible with that shit. Absolutely terrible. I have no real creative juices, unfortunately. Let's get you. You can go over there. How many transformers should I put in? So we're missing a gap between each one, weren't we? So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 5 maybe? And then we'll also need some batteries. There's always something that goes wrong in the streams, isn't there? What do you mean? Do you mean with my kit, my setup? Yeah, pretty much. Well reminded there, Quirts. Thank you very much. Have some fluff, guys. have we got a narcoleptic? No. What the hell? Power. Right, we'll go. So I'm just mapping this out now, so I know where I've got to run the wires to the buildings. That's that. That'll go to there. That needs to be bridged. I don't think I'm going to have enough copper either to do what I want to do. Might have to use some wolframite. Which sucks dick a little bit, I have to say. Okay. So, I'm not going to connect these up to the power yet because I don't want them just generating heat for nothing. I also need to extend the liquid piping out to cool them. But essentially, I'm going to want some circuits down here. Let's see how many will I need. This is using all my copper, which is not good. We'll pull all these down, and then if I need any more, I can always just build some more above. Well, that should be fine. Some of these we probably won't use for the thermal cooling, but the majority of them we will. We'll probably use 4 or 5 circuits, I would think, minimum. Yeah, something like that. And we're going to need a circuit over here as well. I can post a link to the picture if you want to see it. By all means, Witcher. Sorry, buddy, I hadn't read that sooner. By all means, if you want. But again, be warned, if it's a dick pic, you'll be banned. It's generally how it works. Okay. Right. Okay, we'll connect this up. We won't connect them to the things yet. QWERTY readies the zapper. Nice. Good job, Quirts. I have to message QWERTY all the dick pics for approval first. Indeed. That's how she likes it. It says this page is not available. Okay. No, we'll leave them as 8. I was going to change all my sleep wheat to priority 9 just to get them harvested immediately, but nah, it's fine. It is fine. Okay. So, we'll let this build for a bit. Again, I know it's a bit lame just watching big old builds get done, but gotta be done. Instagram is such a gimp. I don't really use Instagram, to be honest. I never bought into the Instagram craze. I didn't really start using Twitter until I started streaming, to be honest. I don't know. I don't do social media very well. I barely use Facebook or anything anymore. I've become a right miserable bastard in my old age. I stopped using Facebook when I got tired of being told that somebody that I don't really care about, one of their friends has uploaded a picture of somebody that you don't know. Are you interested? No, I'm not. Please stop bothering me. Okay. They can't reach this stuff, can they? They should be able to reach that, surely. Okay, now this is the easy bit at the minute, just building all the pipes and stuff and laying all the gubbins. The difficult bit's going to be cooling the rooms themselves. I'm going to have to get some hydrogen into this area over here, which is going to be a bit of an arseache. I need to tap into this pipe. It's going to be a bit of a fucker. Because basically I want my thermoregulators in a hydrogen-filled room. That is the plan. Ooh, we'll not worry about that just yet. That'll be fine. Worst case, I can put a bridge in here, bring a pipe all the way along here, and down this side here. That's not the end of the world. We're just going to need quite a lot of it, that's all. How's this room looking? How's the battle going? So much polluted oxygen. Jesus. We have still got some blobs of slime kicking around, I believe, that are probably just emitting as soon as they can. Yeah, that'll be fine. And obviously we've got a few puffs up here that are doing me no good. I might just murder all the puffs because I don't think I'm going to use them. They're incredibly annoying. We'll see. We shall see. So at the beginning of the stream, the water level in this little room here was at about this point. Now we've got one pump on this side feeding this pool where there are 2 pumps. This can easily deplete before the other one does. So I need to keep an eye on that as well. Make sure we've got enough water being produced, which I don't think we have at the minute for all these fertilizer makers. Yeah. Let's leave them to this for a bit longer. So we need a lot of polluted water for 80 fertilizer makers. It is a ridiculous amount. The one thing I'm most looking forward to about the new update, by the way, is to get rid of some of the lag. So I know there's been a lot of optimizations done already. So it'll be nice to see. It'll be nice to see the difference. Shadow of Death, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How the devil are you? Okay. If I didn't have all those ladders below it, I'd start planning out the base or the cooling area. Let's get the floor done a little bit. If I get rid of the floor, I can get rid of these top line of ladders. Sorry, if I build the floor, I can get rid of this top line of ladders and just fill it with a bit of slight floor. In fact, let's do that now. Fuck it. Actually, I can't do that yet because I need to run my fucking wires down. Derp. Derp, derp, derp. Yeah, it's all these pausings that really make the game take fucking ages. So when they finish a job and then they stand there for a minute. I'm not doing it at the minute. Happens more on the faster speeds. It's like when they're getting assigned their next job. So like Stinky there, that's just sat there at the minute doing nothing. He's just finished building a pipe and now he's sat there doing shit. Like Meep and Joshua. Really sucks to see that. It'd be nice if it was very fluid. But I'm sure it will be eventually. I'm sure once it's all been tweaked enough times and refined and patched and fixed, it will be glorious. Leave that for now, but we will get this bit built. Getting there with the piping now. So once that's done, we'll change the priority on the wires, get the wires quickly done. What we're going to need underneath is a few like priming chambers. So the way that I've done this in the past, and generally the easiest way to do it, is not to do everything in line, because then you can't recycle your gas in the same way. So what I'm probably going to do is have different priming chambers. So the first one will be hydrogen at normal temperature or recycled temperature, and then it'll go to a pump that will have a thermo switch looking for a specific range that will then put it to a certain thermoregulator, and so on and so on and so on. That is the plan. Whether it'll work is another question. But I've not done a build this big for a little while, so may need some tweaking. Really want my last narcoleptic, and then I can turn the printing pod off. It's starting to bother me. Oh, our puff is stuck. Now would be a great time to murder him. Perfect. Okay. God, this is a lot of piping to build. Jesus. Okay. Happy birthday. What? Heckins, thank you for the bits, buddy. Happy birthday? What are you talking about, sir? Right, you can go. How's it going, Heckins? How the devil should I do this? Let's do it over here. If we do that. Got him with the happy birthday drop. I watched an ad for those bits. Fair enough, buddy. How are you? I can send the picture to the Discord. Go for it if you want, buddy. As I say, just make sure it's not a dick pic, and we are golden. So, I think this is all polluted oxygen in here. This should be all carbon dioxide in here. This is a bit of a mixed bag. So I do have a few bits of oxygen, a few bits of polluted oxygen in here. It's not actually that much chlorine. I don't really know why I'm doing it with chlorine. I might not actually hook the chlorine one up to begin with. We'll see. Nice one, Hackins. Did pick a sense of my personal Discord. Crazy Snake quietly hopes nobody takes that seriously. What do you mean? That's why I've been sending all mine. Adrian, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How the devil are you? So I've basically just thrown a few valves on here so that I can trickle the flow of gas coming in. What I'm just debating is whether to set up any filters beforehand. But I don't think I will. My polluted oxygen is going to come from this room here, where we've already got a pump set up with the bridges and a way to get the gas out. I might have to rejig this a little bit, but we can get our polluted oxygen out. Likewise, the carbon dioxide will run alongside it. We might, as I say, just need to do some wizardry with the piping down here. Maybe run this through here or something to give us some space. I'll figure it out. For now, I want to get the room built and then I can worry about getting the gas here afterwards. I'm off out on the piss, so I'll not be around tonight. My apologies. Hanno, no worries, buddy. The dreaded T-junction. Yeah, it doesn't matter on this because I've only got 2 vents and it quotes. I would normally avoid T-junctions, but because it's literally just a case of getting the gas into the pipe, it'll either go that way or that way. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I could have done it with a fucking bridge, but again, you've made me feel bad now. I'll fix that in a bit. But no, it really doesn't matter to the vents. You're off out on the piss. Good man, Hannah. Is it going to be a heavy one? Is it a night on the piss with the lads, or is it with work, or is it both, or what? Okay, we've nearly finished all the piping now. We are getting there. Now then, I'm going to cancel this wire for a minute because I think I might use this wire for something else. Okay, a couple of bits left. Okay. Let us build. Let's do this. I'm gonna go watch Game of Thrones. See you later. See you, Witcher. Have fun, buddy. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Come on, build this. That's really upsetting. Okay. Beanie Baby, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Now let's close you. No. Deconstruct, not disable. Okay. This is just so I can later on seal this room from the outside without having any gasket in there, ideally. Oh, actually, I might have just fucked it up. What did Hannah say? Out on the piss. Does that mean he's sick or drunk? It means getting pissed. It means going out and getting shit faced. Probably with a lot of Guinness, maybe a lot of cider, and a lot of whiskey. I despair about ever understanding gases processing. What do you mean, Simvision? And welcome to the stream, buddy. What are you struggling with? In fact, we'll keep that locked just for a second. I'll do the same thing here. And we'll just squash all those gases basically out of the way. Cool. I'll make you oil. Beautiful. It just means that when we later come back to wall this in, we won't break the vacuum again. Gases for the masses. No. Okay, so he's now cracking on with the wires. We're going to need to put him a piece of ladder in each one of these, just so they can finish it off. I'm actually going to deconstruct these and rethink it. I may not even want them at all. I want them, but not here, I don't think. We'll see. I was thinking I could actually do some natural gas, because this condenses at minus 161, and I'm wondering what it looks like when it's liquid. I've not actually made liquid natural gas yet. It's only just occurred to me before. I could make a little bit of liquid natural gas, see what that does. Let's see what it does, but see what it looks like. I don't know what temperature it freezes solid at. Natural liquid, indeed. Natural liquid. That sounds dirty. I wonder if it does become a solid. It doesn't have a temperature for it. I should probably consult the wiki. Oni wiki. Let's have a nosy. I've never done it before, so I'm quite intrigued. Liquids. Liquid methane. I'm assuming that's what it will be. Oh, it's not even in the list properly. Interesting. Well, what the shit? Natural gas. Oh, there we go, natural gas. Specific heat question. Ah, the wiki's fucking well out of date. That's why I can't find it. What the hell? It's the official wiki. What the fuck? Jesus. Screw this. We'll figure it out ourselves. One kick. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to keep watching and see what your acres of pipes do. Fair enough. It's just for cooling. It's for we're going to cool some chlorine, some carbon dioxide. I now want to do natural gas. We're going to see what happens to this. It becomes a liquid at minus 161, but I don't know if or what temperature it becomes a solid at. I'm assuming it will become a solid. I just don't know what temperature. Natural solid. Be cool if it was neon orange. Yeah. I found a liquid and it's sticky. I don't know what it is. Check the wiki. 9 seconds. Nice. Not on the list. Possibly game breaking. Let's do it. Yeah, I've not done it before, and I don't know if I've seen anyone do it. I don't think so. We'll have a play. So this is our wiring laid for down here. I'm going to extend these a little bit and then destroy the ladders. Is probably the way to go. And these don't need to be copper anymore, so I'll use a bit of iron. Now, the regulator room itself I'm going to make into quite a tall room. think, and pump the hydrogen in from the base. We'll leave this one up here. Once these are built, we can get rid of some of the ladders and start building the room, and we will be good. The problem I've got is everywhere I'm building here is so concentrated in polluted oxygen. I need to get everything vacuumified, which sucks. It is not ideal. Let's get all this crap swept up. Okay, so let me think this through a little bit. Regulators. We're going to want a main chamber for all of our gases. I think we should probably just use this entire floor and then put our regulators down here somewhere. I think. Let me just check again, sorry. Wait, it's in the left, out and the right. Can't decide what to do for the best. Palata Lopo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Right, so this one's going to dump into a room here. This is going to be our... Oh, shit balls. Did not want to do that. Please tell me that's all still granite. Yeah. This needs to probably be fed. It's really hard for me to try and map this out without building anything. Right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me figure out what the fuck I'm doing. So we're going to have some chambers where the gas can all disperse at different temperatures. So, for example, we would have an initial dumping chamber there. That'll be where our hydrogen gets pumped into and where it vents into from the system. And then we'll have pumps in here on thermo switches that will pump it into another room. This can be being passively cooled. Fucking hell, it's tricky. Have they found a way to explain the gravity in the new update yet? They have no interest in explaining the gravity. They have not mentioned it. I don't think they need to. It's a game, isn't it? Like, it's their world. They don't really have to. They're not saying this is based on like real world physics, are they? So and with all due respect, if you look at Nisbet looking like she does there, she doesn't exactly look all that human. She could very easily be an alien from, you know, some far off distant planet. She's just a humanoid looking thing. Ruby looks kind of cute. Right. How the fuck am I gonna... I should have planned this before I started doing it. Right, so we're gonna need priming chambers. I just thought it would be cool if you put the lava at the top and the cold at the bottom. It would make it out to be rotational. Rotational? What do you mean? What do you mean by rotational? Oh, I've really fucking stumped myself here. Centrifugal. Oh, I see. Like, I see what you mean. But why would the lava at the top and ice at the bottom? Oh, you mean like the lava at the top is the center of the. I understand what you mean. Would that work though? Something spins so fast it sticks stuff inside it to the outside. Is that centripetal? I always get centrifugal and centripetal mixed up. Sorry for having this pause so long, guys. I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Let me cancel these. Let me cancel this for a minute. I have to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Meanwhile, they can be sweeping up and doing other shit. Cancel you. Bastard. I built so many of these, but I've not built them for a while in this sort of setup. I'm a wee bit rusty. Looked it up, definitely centrifugal. Yeah, I always get confused between centrifugal and centripetal. Okay. Fucking thimbleweed. So we'll have a general dumping chamber, then it can go to our, when it's at temperature chamber, and we'll fill this with wheezeworts, so we'll try and get it so that there's a pump up here that's only picking it up when it's like -40, -50, something like that. Then we'll have that dump into here. This can be our standard primed gas at like -40, 50. That can then go into thermoregulators, and we'll go from there. Centripetal is what keeps satellite orbiting the planet while maintaining distance. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so then that'll go in there. And then this will have to be a room for our thermoregulators, of which we will need. I'm gonna do this in line. So the idea is, in the past what I've done, in fact, it might be easier if I show you. Let me save this a second. I'll show you the sort of systems I've built in the past and explain why this one's different. So, offline playtime. Hello. So normally the way that I do this sort of system is that I'll have a couple of thermoregulators, normally in parallel, so there's more than one doing the job. But I'll have thermoregulators that trigger on based at a certain temperature. okay, and it maintains the temperature. On this build, I want to do it in line, okay? So I want to basically say get the gas to 60 degrees and then put it through probably like 8 thermoregulators in one line into the pipe, which I've not done for a long time. I've not done that since before the thermal upgrade. So it's a long time ago, when it was the only real way of doing it, or the best way of doing it. So this could be a little bit hit and miss, but I'll show you what I mean on my offline derp around world, if it will load. Do. Come on. Okay. Give it a sec. Very white. There we go. Okay, so on this system here, we've got a similar thing. So what's basically happening is the priming chamber up here, or rather, how's best to describe this? Okay, the chamber up here gets all the hydrogen pumped into it, okay, and the hydrogen is getting cycled by these two pumps, okay. So this pump is looking for if the temperature is above minus 217, and this one's minus 220, then take the gas through this pipe and route it into these thermoregulators. Okay, so these two and these two. Okay, and then that gets pumped back in and around and back into the system, and it'll keep cycling like that, and cycling and cycling and cycling until it gets to the critical temperature that this pump is looking for. Okay, which is if it is below minus 213 and above minus 231, send it from this pipe through these last two thermoregulators and then into the system. Okay, problem with this system is it works once you've got it up and running, and once it's been running for a very, very long time, this will run perfectly forever. Okay, it'll just keep maintaining itself, because your average gas temperature will always, as your room reaches a certain temperature, your gas temperature will have very little change in it. So it'll come in here at say minus 240 and it'll leave here at like minus 235. Okay, so it'll lose very little. Whereas at the moment, if I put something in here at minus 240, it'll come out at positive 10 or something like that. All right. So once this has run for a while though, and it cycles enough times, and this room gets passively cooled enough, this will just run indefinitely for very little power. Okay. Because obviously you're only going to have technically one pump and maybe two thermoregulators just ticking it over. This is the efficient way of doing it in a sense. Although it looks derpy, it is quite an efficient way of doing it. However, I want to go big on the power system. So what we're going to do, instead of having it like this, where we've got thermoregulators that are toggling off and on depending on power, we're going to have basically like a line of 8 thermoregulators that are running constantly, and that will cycle the gas constantly until they don't need to cycle it anymore. If that makes sense. Yeah. So it might get a little bit deep, this one. There might be quite a bit of tinkering. Yeah, we'll go to main menu first. It might get deep. Because I've wanted to do an inline system for a while and nobody does them anymore because they don't really work all that well anymore. But I'm convinced I can get it to work, so I'm confident. No, I'm foolish. I'm foolishly confident. To be honest, I think we'll probably give this another maybe hour or two, and I think I'm up for playing something else anyway, to be honest. I'm feeling in a shanking mood tonight. I'm feeling mischievous and shankworthy. That's how I'm feeling. Oh shit. Possibly words. maybe for a few hours. My pipe's fucked, by the way. If it looks like I'm toking it more than usual, it's because it's a bit fucked and it keeps overheating. May need to change the atomizer. So, with that in mind, now you can understand why I'm scratching my head a little bit trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So, what I'm ultimately going to want is a filter somewhere that will toggle on when the temperature gets to a certain level. When you say off stream you want to shank something, you play LOL. And if you play that on stream, you're losing another mod. No pressure. What do you mean? Have you got no interest in LOL? What's wrong with you? I wouldn't play it on stream, quite. I don't trust myself. I'm too toxic on it myself. I am not a nice LOL player. I am very salty all of the time. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is this. Okay. Where should my vent in be? Hydrogen wants to go to the top left, so realistically my pump and everything should be at the top left, as it's passed through all the weezeworts, so my vent should probably be down here. That would make more sense. Yes. So that can go there. We'll need some gas pipe supplying this. However, we're also going to need a filter. 16 bits for your 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Quirts. Heckins, are you in a funny mood today? Are you feeling alright? Have you banged your head or something? Is there anyone I can call for you? Where on the doll did they touch you, Hecken? It was the doll itself that touched me. Jesus. Bobber656, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, buddy. It was the doll itself. That's so fucked up. Okay. So now this needs to go into here. This is going to be messy. This is going to be messy. So if you go into here, just do that with a single vent in fairness. And then have a pump over here. I basically just want this to be a big old room of hydrogen. So we'll whack a pump like here. And we're going to need a bit more. We're going to need some slightly different switches on this. So we will need an Atmos switch, but we will also need 2 thermal switches. And we'll put the Atmos switch there. I don't want the Atmos switch too close to the pump, because I've been experiencing a number of bugs recently with Atmos switches getting constantly putting a vacuum and just fucking up your piping. Evening, Bobber. How's it going? We'll put it there. That should be fine. Okay, and then this can go to there. The reason we've got 2 thermal switches on this circuit is just so that we can do make sure that it's below -60 but above. Wait, below -50, above -60 for argument's sake. So that'll be fine. This needs to be on a vent. Okay. this will go towards our thermoregulators down here. Now then, if we're going from minus 60, it's 14 degrees, I think. Yeah, minus 14 degrees. Are you just sat there watching ads? Oh my goodness. So. Oh, sorry about that. That's what happens when I use the calculator. It must be a hotkey. What the fuck? Tools. Settings. Let's get rid of that quickly. Yeah. For some reason, my plus key is a hotkey to change my scene. Can I not just disable all of these? What the fuck? Switch scene, none plus. There we go. Sorry about that. I've done that before and then streamed for like 10 minutes and it fucked up. This game has gotten a lot more intricate since I last saw it. Yeah, there's a lot more to it now. When we last playing it or when we last watching it, there has been a number of updates in the last few months. Oh. So, we're going to need 13 thermoregulators. Let's get rid of some of these ladders. We can reach 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be able to reach all this. We'll be able to reach the floor from there, so that's fine. Last watch played when it was released. Oh, okay, well yeah, it's been a lot changed since then, buddy. An awful lot. Had 2 major updates. There's a third coming in about 12 days time. It's the next big update where they're going to introduce more disease, or disease is going to become a bigger mechanic in the game, like germs and stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay. You made play Factorio. Yeah, I've not played much Factorio. I've played a bit. I've played like maybe 1 full playthrough. I enjoyed it, but it's a game that I've said I want to play more. If we ever did like a community thing with people playing from the stream, that could be quite fun. But I think it's a little bit dull if you play on your own. Or I find it a little bit dull personally. Okay. So what we're going to basically do to begin with, this pipe here is going to be where we pump in our hydrogen to prime the system. I'm going to have to sort of jerry-rig this pipe down here somehow. I'll figure that out later. This is where we're going to prime the system, get this room nice and filled, get it all nice and cool, and then we'll start pumping some gas through, and we'll prime it again, pump some through, prime it again. And this pipe here, we're going to double back and we'll connect to here ultimately. and then it'll just be one continuous loop. And providing we don't lose much gas on save and load, which is something that can happen, we shouldn't really need to top it up too much more, which will be ideal. So that's the plan. So so for example, what we'll have here is making sure that it is below, for argument's sake, minus 49, but above minus 60. 1. So if it ever cools too much, we don't want it to cock up. And this can be if it's above something like that, 800 grams. So you'll see some of the switches have toggled on, but one of them hasn't, because it's not within that temperature range. And until all three of these switches are on, the pump won't work, basically. That's the plan. So it's like a little basic logic gate. Okay. How is our natural gas looking up here? Oh yeah, starting to, now that the two bands have finally converged, it should start evening off, and then when it gets to that point, that's when I'll put the pumps in up here, get rid of all the polluted oxygen. But yeah, we've pissed through quite a lot of this water already since we turned the fertiliser makers on, and this is falling rapidly over here as well, which is fine, that's what we want. If I can mop some of this surface water. We've also got other pools of water down here that we can just extend this pump down. All these little bits and bobs, we're going to drain all this off basically. And there's some little odds and sods up here as well. So yeah, we're alright for water. We're okay for water for now. Now I'm not going to plant the weezeworts until quite late on. Basically because they will fill themselves with gas that I don't want to go missing. How's it going, Max? You alright, buddy? How the devil are you, sir? Oh, Scyther, don't try and understand his sleep pattern, mate. He's a freak. He's a beast, I've told you. Okay. So. I kind of want access to this down here. You lazy son of a bitch. Some of us have been up since noon! Right. So, how many circuits am I going to need? Oh, you bastard, it's just over 3. Oops. Where the fuck's my OBS and everything gone? What the hell? Mm-mm-mm. 3120. Oh, you bastard. That's really upsetting. I went to bed in the afternoon. It's no good for you, that, Max. No good at all. should empty your jar. Oh, I think what it is, it's from follows. I should change it so that follows don't really drop in the jar. It's very strange. The jar. Yeah, follows shouldn't actually put anything in the jar. I think it might have just been fucking Heckin's trolling me with the. Ooh, what's this? What is this? So it's a different type of jar. My jar has vanished. What is that? Oh, it's like a Kaplunk game. Oh, I want to see what that looks like. Hold on. Test tip. I did not mean to play the music. That's not a real donation, by the way, guys. That's a test.
This is a test donation for Pound.
Oh, it's like Kaplunk. Oh my god, that's amazing. I definitely like that. I'm going to keep that on. Let's just make it a bit smaller. That's awesome. I'm happy with that. It's all the bits from Heckin, yeah. I'm an old man. 100 bits as well. What? Oh, I like that they've put like a Kaplunky game in there. That's cool. Right. So. I love that. Can you change the colour from shit brown though? I don't know. Hold on. Fucking hell. It seems to be shit brown or nothing. What the hell? No, that's it, quits. Very strange. Oh, now I've got some error code. Don't know. Don't understand. But I like it. Whee. We did it! Right. I'm getting sidetracked by silly things, as per usual. Okay. So, what needs to happen now is these rooms need to be... We need to get the gas out of these rooms. We can get rid of... We can get rid of this ladder. But I need to make sure they can get up here. They can get around here. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get rid of this. Excuse me. Right. Now I'm going to need a place where I can temporarily dump all of this polluted oxygen. So I may want to build a little room down here. Finally! Oh, creativity and learning. That's not the best. This will be Maximus 2.0. Actually, because we did murder mechs in the last stream, if you might remember. Okay. You're alive, mechs. Nothing ever happened. You didn't die, for sure. Okay. Ren70, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Right. I need a little room where I can overpressurize some of this polluted oxygen to get out of here. I'm thinking down here somewhere. Bastard. to work there again. We thought you'd escaped. Yeah. You are back. And your bed is getting disabled. Right. What am I doing? Plumbing. Feckin' things. Right, and then we'll put you there. You thought you'd escaped. No. You never escape the clutches of the colony until I say so. Okay. Perfect. Don't deliver me any more water, please. Get rid of it. Thank you. What the fuck? Ah, there it is. Can I not click on the water? What the shit? That's really annoying. I wanted my bottle of water here and now I can't get to it. There it is. Stuck in the tile. What's this sweet command? Sweet pendant. Oh, it's bugged. I see. Right, so the water bottle is here, but the arrow is there. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, come to this tile, please. Oh, there was two balls. Okay. So then. It's got 10 kilos. 10 kilos. Okay. I'll let him sweep all this crap up and then we'll get this done. Then this will be where we can get rid of our polluted oxygen too, which will be fine. So it's evened out to 8. Okay. Probably about right. That should do. When it gets this tile, once this carbon dioxide moves out of the way, if it moves out of the way, this should be about right. Unless it does that, which is incredibly annoying. We'll see. It'll be fine. Right. Don't sort that. This is going to go across here like so. Now then, hydrogen. Oh my. This is going to be a wee bit of an arseache. Ehotus Sinotus, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Right, what direction are we going to be going in here? I've really made life very difficult for myself here. incredibly difficult. I sort of need to figure out which way the direction of the gas is going to be going here. That's going to switchblade back to there. So it'll be like that. Something like that. Oh, mercy. Right. God, it's hard trying to plan this out on the fly. Right, okay. So what we've basically got now is this is going to be where our gas enters the radiator, this pipe here, and this is going to be where it exhausts back into the priming room to be picked up by the pump over here, to be dumped into this room, to go to the thermoregulators. That's the plan. That's the plan. Of course, before we do all that shit anyway, I need to get rid of all the polluted oxygen. So I'm probably going to do it in stages. So we'll get rid of this room with this pump to this vent. We'll get rid of this room with this pump into there. And then we'll deal with these big boys up here as a bigger setup. Probably still into there. I'll just run a pipe along the top and down. So let me figure this out as well. So this pipe will want to be made out of abyssalite. Oh, just got a weird sound glitch there. So this is going to go all the way back to wherever our thermoregs are ultimately going to be. But for now it's going to get to there. I need to set this to 0 so it doesn't start pumping anything just yet. Do I want to disable the hydrogen gens? Not going to be ready for a little while yet, I don't think. Let me get some of this wiring set up. 1, 2, 3. I can do. Okay, let's put the Wii swords in there. Okay. Sickly dupes. Okay, this is now ready to go. Just need that last piece of pipe doing when I'm ready. This can all be done. We can seal off this room. We have a single blob of hydrogen made its way through, which is fine. Must be what was in the valve already. How much is it? 1,000 grams, son of a bitch. Ah, bastard. Now then, I'm probably going to want to tap into... I'll bridge off of this pipe when I want to fill up this chamber down here with hydrogen. I'll just run a couple of bridges in line and just flood it with some vents. However, this one is going to be filled with the hydrogen from here. Yeah, that's fine. We're okay. Stinky, get up. Build this wall. Come on. What I'll do, we will deconstruct these liquid pipes, like so, and like so. And then we will join them back up. And then we can connect the batteries without them overheating, which will be nice. One last piece. You can do it, I believe. Oh, come on. Nice. Okay, so that's my water flowing again, which is good. Okay. I think you can actually start pumping us. If we close this room off, which we should be able to do now. We can pump from one room to the next room, basically. Oh shit, actually we need to wire it up first. That was very nearly a derp. Very nearly a derp. So, left on this circuit we'll have 3 thermoregulators, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, this is a full circuit here, so... we'll just derp it up from the top here, that'll be fine. That will be fine. means that we can actually close this off. And then we're good to go. Oh shit, I never disabled the pod. And we get another narcoleptic straight away. That was arguably better than the other one as well with the strength. Oh, and look at that. That should have been Mex. Son of a bitch. No, we don't want any more dupes. We don't want any more. Don't know where this single blob of slime keeps coming from. Unless our puff is still bugged somewhere up here. I mean, we murdered him in this room, but he was glitched out for a while. Let's get that swept. Max 3.0 kill the other. Probably should have done, man. That was a far better dupe. But oh well. This isn't going to work unless this water evens out. It might even out if I push this carbon dioxide to one side. We will have to see. Right. Okay, so this is now hooked up. This is now hooked up. Just need to connect the circuits, which is doable like so. And then we're good. Nice. Oh, nice. It's balanced out. Cool. We've just got an annoying little ball of carbon dioxide in there. Not the end of the world. Okay. So as soon as this room's done, we can start filling it up with some hydrogen. What I'll probably do... Oh, the hydrogen will back up pretty quickly if I'm not careful, because there's not actually that much pipe. Ah, fuck it. We'll leave it. It'll be fine. I'm being impatient. Okay, now that's what going, let us start on the next room. Now then, I used an awful lot of Weezeworts there, but I do have some more kicking around up here. I've got 3, 4, maybe 5. Let's see how many Weezeworts I've got before I get too far ahead of myself. Any more debris? There's a cracked tile there. And then we've got another big old ice biome up here that's got quite a few in as well. I didn't really want to break into this just yet, because we'll probably go in from this side and dig all the way across. But that's maybe for another stream. I think that's probably all the Weezeworts we've got access to. We've got one more left in here, but I've sort of just left him in here. It's a strange little formation I've just left there since the start of the game. Other than that, so this is probably just ice and shit down here. Well, they've cleared all this out now, which is nice. I don't know if it's worth exploring down there to see what these are. Probably just ice and snow, but basically we want quite a few Weezeworts for this next room. Probably more than we used in the previous room, more than we used up here. I think we'll have enough. I think we'll be alright. Cooling the regs. Now I'm using a lot of regulators mechs. I'm going to be using 30. I'm doing it in line, so I'll be using 13 regulators. I think 12 or 13. So I'm not cycling it. I'm just going straight through in one pass. To begin with, anyway. To begin with. No, you don't need 4 per regulator. Unless it's drastically changed in the last few weeks. 4 for each regulator. I'm confused. Oh, 2 for each regulator. Sorry. I don't think I need 2. I know. Technically, it outputs. So you can actually see it on here. Where is it? Do you have to actually click on the regulator? Where does it show it? I'm sure it shows somewhere how much power it actually outputs. How much heat, sorry, it actually outputs. Oh, the lights start to hurt my eyes. Okay. We're getting there. It's going to take a while to do that. It's going to take more time to do this. Well, in fairness, it's only these end chambers that we need to do. The middle chamber will be fine. So we'll probably... I'll probably just have a door between them to begin with. Yeah. I'll do this chamber first, seal it off. get rid of all the ladders and shit beforehand. Oh, it's going to be a fiddly fucker to do. I'm probably going to save doing this bit till the next stream, if I'm honest. I just wanted to get some of this down and some of it laid down before I got. Okay. Nice. All the guys are actually starting to work now, so we must be under 5k on average. Oh yeah. We're actually doing alright. This, considering this room is at like 7 kilos of polluted oxygen for a while. I had 8 Weezworts for cooling 4 regulators and that worked fine. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more than that, I think. I don't know, I might change my mind yet about how I actually run this. Because I can always do the whole gas filter on a thermal switch thing and route it to different places. Which again I've done before and that worked quite nicely. We'll see. I quite like the idea of doing it all in line, but it adds complications once you get to temperature of regulating it. So maybe just have one thermoregulator or 2 thermoregulators to keep it balanced. It's very tricky. Okay. Hey GG, how's it going, bud? What you working on? Just some cooling rooms, buddy. We've got I'm gonna have a room for cooling carbon dioxide, a room for cooling. I think we're gonna do natural gas. I do need to put some pumps and stuff in here in case I don't quite know what's going to happen to the natural gas. Here's one for you, GG, and Mex, and anyone really. Do you know if you can freeze natural gas and what it looks like when you do? I can see it's got a condensation point, but I don't know what point it turns to solid. I've never done it before, so I don't really know what it looks like. I'm intrigued. No, me neither. No, me neither. Well, it's worth having a play with. Well, that's what I think we'll do. We've got 3 chambers here. We've got the main one for polluted oxygen, and then we'll have another one for, I think, carbon dioxide, because our carbon dioxide in here now is starting to get to like 12 tons per tile. Polluted oxygen, we've got 756 kilos per tile. But yeah, carbon dioxide, we've got a lot. So I figured we'll make it into little balls instead. We'll solidify it. Yeah, we've got quite a build-up of CO2 down here that we want to deal with as well. So we'll get rid of all that. That's the plan. I said, the only problem I'm going to have is these Weezworts are going to be constantly pumping out and sucking in gas, which is very annoying. So this might take a little while to do. We shall see. In the meantime, how the hell am I going to do this? Funny you're doing the vacuum in between the door trick. What do you mean? Oh, here. This was just so that I can seal this room up at the end. Yeah, it won't stay there ultimately. It's just so I can do these last 2 tiles. Everybody's idle. Have we nothing else to sweep? Oh, we must have run out of compactors. We have... Jesus. Right, let's put another line of compactors in. How have you been anyway, GG? I've not seen you very much recently. Have you been playing much on it yourself, or have you just been doing other stuff? Haven't played on it in ages. Yeah, I've only recently got the bug again, to be honest, man. I'm intrigued by the new update. I'm very intrigued. Waiting on the 24th. Are you been playing anything else in the meantime? Anything else got your interest at the minute? Okay, beautiful. So all my compactors now, by the way, I've not got on sweep only. I've got them on just a priority 7, just deal with everything sort of shit. So they're just sweeping on their own volition now, because there was so much stuff in the world for them to tidy up. I think Slime's the only one that I've not got on sweep. Slime is the only one that I've got on sweep only because I was sick of them chasing puffs around everywhere. But other than that, I think everything else is on just normal. Let's get rid of these whilst we've got a chance. Cool. You're playing Shipwrecked? Oh, you're really into your Shipwrecked at the minute. My goodness. I still keep meaning to give it a go, but I've been promising to play Don't Starve for ages, and I just always get sidetracked by something else. But it's one of those games that whenever I play it, I end up playing it for fucking hours. Oh, you're not really hyped for it? Not really hyped for the Oni update? Oh no, I still understand what you meant. Oh, and other games, I understand what you mean, sorry. Yeah, we played a bit of that Victorium the other night on stream, that was quite interesting. I'll be keeping an eye on that one to see how it develops. It's quite good fun. Okay. Again, this is going to take a little while, I reckon, because the Weezewarts will be trolling me. Moving packets around and being annoying. I'll be fine. Meanwhile, my dupes can be dealing with this shit. If they stop dropping it over and over again, that would be ideal. Like so. I literally picked that up then and dropped it instantly. I saw them do it. So annoying. Okay. Got a fucking slime that's been dropped down here. Jesus. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to put the Weezewarts in first. I knew it would troll me like this. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to save this here. It is Plinko, it is! Or Kaplunko, whatever you want to call it, yeah. I think Plinko is the one where it's on a board, isn't it? You drop the thing and they can tell. Yeah, I noticed it before on Streamlabs. I like it. Right, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this now, and I think I'm going to play some of The Witcher or something. I need something to wake me up a little bit, if I'm honest, because I'm starting to zone out a little bit. And as much as I love Oni, at the moment, we're just grinding. And I can do some of the other bits and bobs off stream, so I won't do any major shit, obviously, but I do need to get rid of some of the lag. So what I'm going to do, for those of you that are only interested in watching me play Oni, that is me done for the night on Oni. I will be back with some more. However, for now, we are all sort of waiting for this new update to come out, so I'm not going to be playing it all that much. It's not Kaplunk. Kaplunk is a game you play with marbles and you pull sticks out of the tube. Yeah, it's the same. Well, okay, it's not the same thing, I suppose. It's totally different. In my head, I thought Kaplunk, but no, you're right. It isn't. Yeah, so I'm going to drop the stream down briefly and we're going to come back and play some Witcher. So if you want to watch me shank up a load of bitches, please do come back. If not, thank you very much and bye-bye.